Hey guys, it's Lopo88. You might have also known me for the other channel. Yeah, by the time you're watching this video, it will be yesterday after the 10-year anniversary of this one. Yeah, I was scrolling down on my tablet here. Those ambulance sound noise is outside. Sorry for that. But this, I was scrolling down my tablet, blue one here, and I was looking at my old stuff, and yeah, this was 10 years ago that I made this. I was 12. I looked really fucking young. And I upload videos in my shitty ass computer camera that I don't know where the hell I made, but I haven't. I think I borrowed from someone else. I think I left it to someone else a long time ago. And thank God for that, because like it made some of my early videos back then look. You have to fucking put on mute button just to go through those videos, because like yeah. And I really felt like I had no idea what I was kind of doing making wrestling videos at that time at such a little bit of young age. Like I said, I was 12 at that time. I think over as time go on, I got better a bit, but even now, I always feel like I always want to evolve and improve somewhere. But yeah, it's. I can say it's only got up a little bit up from this, because I was like, I don't know what my feeling was when I made that video, when I made YouTube videos like a decade ago. So like, because like like I said, I was really young, and I did know some aspect of the wrestling video, but not quite as I do now. But yeah, but my thought process and knowledge of wrestling has evolved, and so do myself. And I think that's the one thing that I can look back in those 10 years while I was talking about professional wrestling and that. And looking back all the 10 years of my life, that I always try to improve on myself, and I think it was a work in progress in those 10 years. And like I said, I feel like that I can do better the more I do this. And yeah, like looking back those 10 years, it's been a crazy ride. And yeah, and this was on my older channel. I don't know what happened, but I can't make it. And I made this account, and I've been making this since 2021 again. And here we are. And yeah, I think if I could say to this little boy, if I could say to that person now, I would say it's gonna be a bumpy ride, and it's gonna be a crazy one, because it has been a crazy 10 years. Like, it's been some of the most crucial periods of my life in general. A lot of things has happened in those 10 years since I made that first video talking about wrestling. I think I was talking about TNA at that time. But yeah, so it's been a crazy 10 years, and I hope for the few guys that are watching my vids, I don't know how, but yeah, I hope I can can grow this channel more like I kinda did with my other one. And I can use this platform to talk about more wrestling. And that's what we're gonna do also. We are here to talk about NXT Great American Bash 2023. It was the week before the other event, which was SummerSlam. And, you know, it was a decent show. Like, I don't know if I talked about this. I think I talked about this before. Like, with those NXT shows, it's never going to be on the level of the black and gold takeover level stuff. Although with this year you can see a little bit of glimpses of like black and gold with these PLE specials. And I think being back on the road with those PLE events, those special events for NXT again, has really made those PLEs, those premium live event specials for NXT, a little much enjoyable because it really made NXT a little bit of a bigger deal before the relaunch where they did almost 2 years ago. So yeah, so all this was today's show. Nothing too much to write home about. I don't think it's gonna be something that you talk about in the months to come or even weeks. But this was a plausible, decent, good wrestling show. That's all I gotta say. I think they started with the NXT title match with the family, consists of Tony D'Angelo and Stacks. I think that's what his name. Against the reigning champions, Gallus. And this was an okay match. They did their jobs nice. They did their jobs, again, plausible. And Tony D'Angelo and Stacks won the NXT Tag Team titles. And that was really a nice moment. And Tony D'Angelo, I feel like he kind of has grown with me with his character. I thought initially when I first saw him, he was a really effective here, but he seems to get pretty over with the fans, and the fans seem to be happy with him as Stacks won those tag team titles. So yeah, it was okay Irishman, nothing too special, but the ending was kinda cool, I guess. So next one we had a Weapons Wild match. Roxanne Perez against Blair Davenport. So this the feud that's been built for a little bit of a while. Blair Davenport returned to NXT, wanted to take out the whole women's race, and Roxanne Perez wasn't gonna take more of that. So here we are. They had a nice build up with Davenport doing IG lives, and then it ended with Roxanne Perez beat the hell out of Davenport in a kind of Stone Cold Booker T-esque supermarket brawl. Not as nearly as entertaining as that one, but it was still a cool one. A knock for the past, something like that. So with this match, for this being a weapons wild match, they didn't really do too much of weapon, but it was kind of nice that they did because it kind of made different feel to what a no DQ style match will be, because in no DQ style matches, what we see is chairs, candlesticks, steel sets. They will use all kinds of weapons, but they only gave one, which was the chair, and that that what made it a little bit unique in a sense. Like they didn't try to overdo it with the weapons and stuff, and the match was good. Like, I think Roxanne I don't know how the hell she continues to impress me at an age of mine. Like, her and I are both the same age, and Roxanne Perez, she's gonna have a bright ass future when she goes to the main roster. Like, the sky is the limit for her. And so does maybe for Davenport. Like, she's a good character. I think in the ring she needs a little bit more bullet, but she can be there one day. But yeah, this was a really good match, and Roxanne Perez won here. So yeah. So I thought about Roxanne Perez having a bright future. Gonna have a bright future when she goes to the main roster. I don't know the same thing for Gable Stevenson. Speaking of him, next match is Baron Corbin versus Gable Stevenson. Oh my god. You know, it's kind of a bad sign. They kind of made me feel bad a bit for Baron Corbin here. Like, they really did. Like, they brought that man back to NXT, tried to revamp his whole character, and he goes to the exact position that he was as his main roster days for the last few years, helping others before he can help himself. I think someone even told that on Twitter. It's like, instead of like giving like rebuilding Kobe a little more, you ended up having in the same position as others. And look, I see what they're trying to do, and I get the connection. Baron Corbin retired an Olympic gold medalist, so he's facing a non-Olympic gold medalist in his first match. But this whole saying is like, you don't get a second chance without making a good impression. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell WWE sees in Gable Stevenson, but he's just not it. This was rough to say through. Like, it wasn't like a all-time like pretty low stinker, but this was still like the worst part of the night. This was bad. Like, I'm sorry, this was really bad. Like, Gable Stevenson, like there's a reason like the crowd all chanted "You're not angry," because they tried to make him so much like him, and he looks so fucking slow in the ring. And those German suplexes were fucking rough to look at. Like, holy shit, they look so uncoordinated. Like, it looked really fucking bad. yeah, he looks slow in the ring, and it's obvious he's not ready for this. At least not yet. Like, and like they had this boring match, and the finish just kind of like, what the fuck? You were trying to showcase Gabriel Stevenson, and then you do this double counter finish. Is like, what was even the point of this? To waste time, I guess. Holy shit, man! Like, after watching this, I don't think I have any way desire or rush to see Gabriel Stevenson do more NXT, quite frankly, because apparently, like, they still don't know if he, because one of the last things I heard, that he might go back to college, and like, that may be the better option for him, because after watching this match, I don't know about his future wrestling. I'm really not sure of it. So yeah, that's my end. So let's move on to the triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. You got Wesley, the former champion, and Mustafa Ali trying to take the title against the champion Dominic Mysterio with Rhea Ripley in the corner. And you know, Dominic Mysterio being the North American champion, I kind of I really do like he kind of feels more bigger than NXT, and like I feel like they kind of have to reward him something, because he's pretty much one of the best heels in all of wrestling, in my opinion, right now. And you kind of felt like with the heel heat, with the heat that he has with the audience, the people in the crowd, they kind of had to reward him something to give even more heel heat on him. And the North American, that seems to be pretty working out for him nicely. And yeah, this match felt like it was more of a TV match than a special event time match, triple threat, but it was still solid. While Dominic is still improving, I think he had the fortunate part to have workers like Wesley and Mustafa Ali, the two workhorse guys, to kind of help him out in space and stuff, and they put on a really good triple threat North American title match. And yeah, the Rhea Ripley interference, I can see why that might get noticed. I mean, she keeps attacking man, and the man don't do anything to try to physically assault her. Like, some man got get hurt, kind of come up with on this moment. But I see why they're doing it, to give Dominic even more heel as a heel. Try to see his way with Rhea Ripley always on her side, always on his side. So yeah, so this was a pretty solid match. Dominic Mysterio won and retained the title in a very good triple threat. So the next match, you had a submission match for the NXT Women's Championship. You have Tiffany Stratus, I think that's her name, defending her title against Thea Hall. Thea Hale, something like that. Sorry pronouncing the name, but Only I got to know a little bit her recently. But this NXT Women's Title submission, I honestly didn't even know it was a submission match until I watched the show. Like, I didn't keep up too much with NXT. I've only watched parts of it, but didn't even realize it was a submission match until I watched it and like, yeah, man, like, I don't know, like, I see they were trying to do because apparently their first match back in NXT months ago, Hale made Tiffany tap in the first match, but the referee didn't see it, and Tiffany won the match anyway. So I get what they tried to do, that she could make, that she did tap while when the referee didn't see, so she could make her tap when the referee does his eyes open. So I see what they were trying to do, but I don't know, kinda killed some of the heat of the match in my opinion. Like, this match was just, it wasn't like bad necessary, but like, I just felt like, I felt like being a submission match kinda like killed some of my enjoyment, because like that song killed some of the crowd. Like, this being a submission match kinda hurt the crowd's enjoyment of the match, because there wasn't like any hold spots unless Hale had Tiffany in the submission move, and like that kinda did, but like, I don't know, it just felt like it should have been a regular match. And I think that crowd could have been just as expected as like they kinda did not in this submission match, but it was average, mediocre at best. And the finish worked, I guess, because Tiffany Stratus had Hale in a, I think it was, looked like it was a Boston collab. What I think it was a Boston crowd single leg. Can't remember necessarily, but I remember it was a Boston crowd maneuver, and the members of Chase U were at ringside during that match. Like, Andre Chase throws the towel at in the middle of the ring, and that caused referee to end the match. Since he basically threw the towel at the Hale, and Tiffany Stratus retains the Women's Championship. Again, this was a average, at best mediocre match, but like, and this be 11 minutes is like not enough time to really like showcase them properly, if that makes sense. So yeah. So we on to the main event, which pretty much easily stole the show for me. For the NXT Championship, Carmelo Hayes defending against Ilja Dragunov. Man, this was a really kick-ass match. This match was, it was great. It was pretty awesome. Like Carmelo Hayes, like you can see why people say he's him and he's gonna be one of the breakout stars in the future for this company, because like the man can go in really different stuff, like, but he casts his like athletic style thing with a more hard hitting style in this match against a person like Dragon, who's all pretty much hard hitting broader style, if that makes sense. So this was, and they played their parts pretty well. And you have moments where I thought Drake Williams was gonna turn. on Carmelo Hayes by saying like you're not the champion. Try to almost like give it that motivational stuff, but kind of talking down in a sense. So yeah, and Dragon, I I don't know what they were trying to do because it looked like he hit him, but they tried to make it look like it was not a purpose, but it kind of looked purpose to me as I was watching it. But Carmelo Hayes still went through and beat Aya Dragunov to retain the NXT title. But this was a great match, easily match of the night, and yeah, like this was one of the best, if not the best, NXT match that I've seen since the relaunch of this NXT. Like this will probably be the best NXT match you ever see this year. Like for what you watched, this will be the best one you ever watched. The best match you will ever see all year. As this was a really great match. This was an awesome match. And it ended on a pretty decent show. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on NXT Great American Bash 2023. On this almost 10-year anniversary of me talking to you guys on YouTube, I'll probably put stuff on my older stuff on the older account in the description box down below. So yeah. So that's my thoughts on this show. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe over down here. Tell me what you think about Grand American Bash in the comment section below. And as always, I'm Jason Maenius, and I approve this message.